Assalamu alaikum students, this is Muhammad Imran Murtaza from Anglophile English Learning Center. I hope you remember yesterday I tried to make you understand about subject, verb and object. Okay, in that video I made you understand about verb and I let you know one thing, that if there is no verb, there is no sentence. So let me go for an overview what we learned yesterday, because of course being a student, what happens, you learn whatever you learned in the past, and if I don't teach you, if I don't go for a revision, you might not be able to find it easy for you to understand. So that is why I let you know what we did yesterday. Yesterday I tried to make you understand that a verb is a verb. I tried to make you understand that without verb we cannot make a sentence. Okay, like if you remember yesterday I taught you subject, then verb and then object. And when we follow subject, verb and object, it gives a proper sense and it is a sentence. And then I try to make you understand that without subject we can make a sentence, without object we can make a sentence, but without verb we cannot make a sentence. We definitely need a verb to complete the sense of a sentence. Okay, let me give an example again so that you would be able to memorize what we learned yesterday. Like you see the sentence, I write a letter. Without I, what remains now? Write a letter. It gives a proper sense. It's an order, like sit down, stand up. In the same way, if I remove an object, what remains now? I write. Like I play, I write, I teach. So that's how we can make a sentence. But what happens when we remove a verb? Now what remains? I, a letter. It doesn't give proper sense. Why? Because there is no verb. There is no verb. Alright? So that is why I tried to make you understand that we need a verb to complete the sense of a sentence. And that is why today I'll teach you what verb is. Okay? So what I'll teach you today, what verb is. It means I'll teach you in detail about the verb. Okay, if you remember in school and colleges, especially in Pakistan, in India and in these third world countries, what usually happens, we usually follow what? A verb is a word which shows an action. Which shows an action. That's what we have been learning since our childhood, and I do agree it is right. But I personally believe that it is an incomplete definition. The complete definition of verb, that is to be like this. Here we go. Verb. A verb is a word which shows an action or a state. Once again, a verb is a word which shows an action or a state. So if you remember in school and college that what you learned, a verb is a word which shows an action. I agree that verb shows an action. But remember what I'm teaching you now, a verb is a word which shows an action or a state. A state means a kind of verb that does not show an action. It could be something new for you. Okay? So let me re-explain in other words. Let me just simplify this. When we talk about verb, when we make a sentence, of course a sentence in which there is some movement, it means that it has an action verb. And if you make a sentence in which there is no movement yet it gives a proper sense, it means that it has a state verb. No action, it means it has a state verb. Okay, action verb. Action verb means it is a kind of verb that shows movement. That shows movement or happening of something. Like for example, go. Go, of course there is a happening, there is a movement. Play, teach, write, beat. These all are different words, but they have one thing in common. They all talk about an action. ये जितने भी लफ्ज हैं, इन सब को अगर आप देखते हैं, इन सब में कोई ना कोई काम हो रहा है. There is some movement, there is some happening. So that is why they are called state verb. इसलिए हम इसको कहते हैं action verb. Sorry, it was my bad. It is called an action verb. Okay. If you talk about a sentence in which there is no action, it means it does have a state verb. A state verb means it is a kind of verb that does not show an action. It is a kind of verb that does not show an action. And since it does not show an action, we do not follow continuous tense with a state verb. Let me put it in another way. Okay, so remember, love, hate, know, like, be, have, they all show no action. They all show no action. There is no action at all, and that is why they are called a state verb. They are called a state verb. What do we call them? State verb. What do we call them? State verb. So you must remember, a sentence in which there is no action is called a non-action sentence. I mean stative sentence. Like I give an example here, okay? I give an example like this. Here we go. See, action verb and a state verb. Like I play a game. Play is a word that shows an action, is an action verb. I write a letter. Write shows an action, is an action verb. I speak English. Speak is a verb and it shows an action, is an action verb. We go there. Go is a verb, it shows an action, it's called an action verb. Whereas we talk about like state verb, I am a player. This am here is not a helping verb, it is a be verb, to be verb. It's called a state verb. I know you. Know is a verb, it doesn't show an action, it's a state verb. I love you. Love is a verb, it doesn't show an action, it talks about emotion here, so it is a state verb. We believe in Allah. Believe is a verb, it doesn't show an action here, it means it's a state verb. So if you talk about these two sentences, and you see many sentences over here, these sentences show an action and these sentences do not show an action. So the sentence in which we have movement, we have some movement, so it means that we have some happening, it means that we have an action verb. Whereas these sentences, they are sentences but they don't show an action, and since they don't show an action, so we have a state verb here. Okay, now note, you must see this note. You must remember, we do not usually follow the present continuous tense with state verb. I mean present progressive tense, we don't use ing form with the state verbs. Like I give you an example. Sorry. If you talk about play is an action, and since it shows an action, we can follow ing form when the action is in progress. We can use once again. So as I told you earlier that when we talk about if we talk about action verb, it shows the movement, and when the movement is in the progress, we use present continuous. Like I play, I'm playing. I write, I'm writing. She writes, she's writing. He speaks, he's speaking. So that's how we use is MR ing form. If you talk about state verb means it doesn't show in action. Like see, we can say I know you, but we never say I'm knowing you. We say that she loves you. We can never say she's loving you. We say he has a fever. We don't say he is having a fever. It's only because of what? Because we are talking about state verb over here. So remember, when we talk about verb, there are two kinds. The first one is action verb and second one is state verb. And state verb means it's a kind of verb, it does not show in action. And since it does not show in action, we are not supposed to follow ing form with the state verbs. So now, before I wrap up my class, I just would like to have a review class so that you will be able to understand that. Once again, when we make a sentence, we follow subject, verb and object. And I taught you without subject, we can make sentence. Without object, we can make sentence. But without verb, we cannot make a sentence. Agreed? And the next point. Alright, how many kinds of verbs are there? There are two kinds. Come on, you just may tell me, you may say, how many kinds of verbs are there? There are two kinds. The first one is action verb and second one is state verb. And state verb means a verb that does not show in action. State verb means a verb which does not show in action. Very good. Now next point. And then I taught you that action verb means there is some movement. And if the movement is in continuous form, so we use is ing form. Like I play, I'm playing, she writes, she's writing, and he speaks, he's speaking. We can do it. But if you talk about state verb, like say I am a player, there is no action, there is only introduction. Okay, this am is here is a state verb. I know you. Know is a state verb. I love you. Love is a state verb. We believe in Allah. Believe is a state verb. We do not use ing form with these verbs. Like see here, I know you. You can never say I'm knowing you. knowing is incorrect here. As a verb is incorrect. We could use it as a noun, as a gerund form, but here as a verb it is incorrect. She's loving you. Loving is not a verb here. Remember, if you use she's loving you, it's an incorrect sentence. Love could be used as an adjective. My loving son, my loving daughter. That's a different case. We'll discuss it later in another video. But here I'm talking about only love as a verb. It's an emotion. We don't use ing form. Okay? And he is having a fever. Wrong. Has a fever. Have a fever. I have a fever. I cannot say I'm having a fever. The only reason have is a state verb here. I hope you understand my class. And today I tried my level best to make you understand what verb is. And if you have not subscribed my channel, I just would like you to subscribe my channel and click the icon, bell icon, so that when I just post my another video, you will be able to watch it. So till then, goodbye. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.